The following report is from the AI Radio TV News Broadcast Network. Headline: Cursive writing and typing will return to Ontario schools this fall. Byline by Kristin Rushoe, Queen's Park Bureau. Lead. The province is also bringing back a focus on phonics starting in kindergarten to help boost reading skills. Story: Cursive is making a comeback, and typing, too, as part of a major revamp of the province's elementary school curriculum. Starting this fall, Ontario students will learn how to write in longhand beginning in grade 3, after almost a generation of students didn't have to, much to the consternation of parents who felt their children should at least know how to sign their names. The province is also bringing back a focus on phonics starting in kindergarten to help boost reading skills. Students will begin typing lessons in grade 4. This really is a massive overhaul that aligns with the evidence, is supported by the broader science and by organizations like Dyslexia Canada, who have been clear that this approach, invoking phonics, the return to cursive, is going to help build that foundational knowledge and skills and literacy, Education Minister Stephen Lecce said in an interview Thursday. In the last language curriculum update, in 2006, cursive became optional. And at that time, there was more of a focus on whole language and cueing, where kids tried to predict words by using context or illustrations. But in a recent report, the Ontario Human Rights Commission warned the system does not serve students with reading disabilities, and urged a refocus on evidence-based methods like structured literacy, including phonics, which the province is now adopting. The report also called for regular screening of students to identify struggles early on, which the government will introduce twice yearly in senior kindergarten to grade 2. The results will appear on kids' report cards. Why do kids need to know cursive? Cursive, Lecce said, is a huge concern among many parents who really believe that having the capability to handwrite does contribute to a young person's ability to articulate, and ultimately, it really activates what they call the reading circuit. It strengthens the link to letter recognition, reading and comprehension, and that fluency in communications will be critical as a life skill, he said. This is a time-tested approach that the science supports, Lecce said, adding parents have been clear they think these types of fundamental skills are important in life. But NDP education critic Chandra Pasma said on social media that with the focus on cursive, it seems like Lecce is confused as to the real, pressing issues in Ontario schools. The province is also hiring about 700 literacy experts to support schools, though Pasma has said that's not enough, especially as kids try to make up significant COVID-related learning losses. While teacher unions agreed the language changes are substantial, they accused the government of a rushed rollout and said more supports are needed. Karen Brown, president of the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario, called it absurd to expect educators to be ready and urged a 2-year implementation period. Literacy skills will not improve unless adequate funding, resources and supports are provided, as well as timely interventions for students, and smaller class sizes, she said in a statement. Our members are dedicated professionals who welcome change when that change leads to better learning outcomes for students. Lecce said school boards and experts have worked with government on this for the past year, and training will be available to teachers this month, over the summer and in the days before classes start up. I have absolute confidence that our educators will embrace this curriculum, given that the government has communicated our clear intent to make the change, and we've been working with the sector in good faith for the last year, he said, adding we cannot continue to defend status quo. Who else uses cursive? Across the province, standardized test scores have stalled, with anywhere from 1/4 to 1/3 of grade 3 students failing to meet literacy standards, roughly equivalent to a B grade. Annie Kidder, of research and advocacy group People for Education, said curriculum in Ontario is written by experts, though there is always political influence, which she felt may be behind the return of cursive. It seems clear that everything we have read about reading in particular, that the balanced approach is the most important, with a balance between phonics and thinking about comprehension and knowledge which the new curriculum has, she said. While she stressed she is not a curriculum expert, she said was surprised to see cursive included, and thought keyboarding could be introduced earlier given kids are on computers starting at a very young age. Most of the world doesn't write in cursive anymore and we all managed to sign our names, Kidder said. Literacy was one of the hardest hit areas impacted by COVID-19 lockdowns that began in March 2020, especially for students who spent more time learning online. In Ontario, students lost about 27 weeks of in-person classes. For more news and features from AI Radio/TV News, visit www.radio.news.ca.